Snake man here. Now sometimes we actually have to handle venomous snakes. We don't send venomous snakes out into public. We don't put the public at risk at shows, but unfortunately our devenomized snakes have babies and then we have to raise them, and well, they have venom for a while. In these boxes here I have 3 tiger snakes. They were all born about 6 months ago. It's now October 2011, and these were born around February, March or thereabouts. I can't remember the exact date. The female we bred was a beautiful female, as was the male, and they were both killed during an armed raid by DSE officers. They didn't actually die on the raid. One had a back, or they both had back broken, and they died shortly thereafter. These are the people that are supposedly protecting our animals. Anyway, we are working to raise these to replace the parents that have been killed, but by law we don't use lizards, little skinks, which is their natural diet. We have to feed them rodents, and of course naturally the baby snakes don't eat rodents, so we actually have to force feed them for a while, like about a year or so, and then they eat voluntary. Now if you actually spend a bit of tender loving care, you can get them eating voluntary fairly quick, but unfortunately we lack time, so we generally just force feed them for about a year, and then they're bigger and tougher and have a better appetite. We drop the food consumption down and they get hungry, and then they eat voluntary. But I'll show you what I mean. Here's one snake, and what I do is I get the mouse legs, and what I do though, that's what we're feeding it, I have to basically neck the snake, so you might have trouble with the camera, just follow me as I go, and I pull the snake out and put it on my little work table, and then I pin it, boom, and as it pulls back, sorry about that, we get the head, and then I lift it up like yay, and I have the head and neck ready. When I force feed it, you can see I hold the snake in a straight line, and the idea there is when I get the food, the arms are better than the legs of the mice, or the what's equivalent to the arm, the front leg, shall we say, and we put it in the mouth like there. Now even a tiger snake this size can kill you, so you've got to be a bit careful. You shouldn't really use your hand, but if you hold the mouth shut you should be right, and it goes down. Now this would actually probably assist feed from there, but I can then just drop it in the cage, boom, and if you focus on the snake you'll see it's already moving to move the mouse leg down, and basically that snake has eaten now. I actually fed that one 2 days ago. And very important with baby venomous snakes, don't overfeed them, because if you overfeed them the food might not digest in the stomach and they die. If it's small food, often better off. We go to snake number 2 now, just put that one there, and you can see it's a fairly routine process. Is it still video? Still going? Good. It's a fairly routine process. However, if you are not prepared to force feed your snakes, don't get them. Okay, if you're not prepared to force feed a venomous snake as a pet, don't get them. Okay, too many people, they get their venomous snakes, they think it's all exciting, they don't force feed them, or they won't, and of course the snake ends up starving to death. And unfortunately you have to resign yourself to these sorts of things. Now you might have noticed there is a little bone sticking out on the leg there. Strictly speaking it would probably make a bit more sense to get rid of them. We don't. Now you've got to be a bit careful here, in that you've got to make sure that when the mouse goes down you're not putting your hand at risk of fang prick. One prick and it's all kaput. So there's a bit of skill here. When you've been doing it for 40 years it's easy. Now I'll just simply put him back in, and as you can see, I'll turn it round, snake's moving, but as you can see the food is going down. As fast as he moves forward the food is going down, and he's basically eaten, and you can see he's actually just like moving it down. Now that snake there is very large for his age. It is a male. Put that one up top and we go for next one. We have snake number 3, much the same, and this one is also quite large. Don't know what sex this one is off the tail, and bang, and as it pulls back we simply stick it there, raise the head, grab it, and we're off and running again. And I simply get another one. As I said, the arms are better than the rest. I can force feed all of them, but for those that are not as efficient, you simply get the sometimes it's easy just to use a finger, but we'll just use that. Send it down, open wide, and it's in and down, and you can see it's very straightforward. Bang, this one. Now you can actually give them 2 if you want. I'll show you. Oops, he's done a poo-poo on me. horrible snake. Tiger snakes are fairly horrible. So we've got one down, and we'll just get another one again, so you can give it a little bit more, a bit bigger snake. And there we go again, and voila. Oops, got that, not quite. Send it down, and there we go. Ready? Oops, got, there you go, perfect. As you can see, because I've held the snake straight, it's all good. And there you go. Now, under normal situation, you would put the lid straight back on as I did, and I'll just take the lid off momentarily so you can see, even with the two, the snake's just pushing them down quite easily. It's not a problem, and basically it's fed, and that's fine for another few days. Baby snakes that size, force feed them on average about every 5 days. Now, just remember, we have 40 years experience. When you get snake busters at your reptile show, you get 40 years verifiable experience by Australia's reptile experts. Don't put your kids at risk with snakes that are venomous. Make sure that they bring venomous snakes to the show. They are devenomized. And remember, a snake show without venomous snakes is only half a show, which means in Australia there's only one company that can do it and guarantee safety. Australia's best reptiles, Snake Busters.